Good evening, sociology of gender students. My name is Lakeisha Washington, and I chose to do my magazine article on, and it's entitled Sweet Tea, the analysis of the Black woman through the Lemonade album. We'll jump right into it because I've done this recording once and I ran out of time, so let's go. Um, I chose Sweet Tea with a splash of lemonade. Let me first start off by saying I'm not the biggest Beyonce fan, but I was very impressed with her latest visual album entitled Lemonade because she speaks to a lot of issues within the African American community, particularly as a black woman like myself. My sweet tea, though. Black women are often likened to Southern favorite for a few reasons. First of all, for those of us in the Southern region, we do know that sweet tea is the house wine of the South, so we can relate to that. But like sweet tea, black women, they are strong, they are sweet, and they come in a variety of styles and flavors. Also, where the lemonade reference comes in is that, like sweet tea with a splash of lemonade, we are historically known for triumphing through many hardships, and that speaks to the often quoted "Life gave me lemons, so I made lemonade," which is the whole basis of Beyonce's new album, showing that we do persevere through many of the issues that we have. So here's the breakdown for sweet tea. Sweet tea covers a variety of topics that affect black women in today's society. These topics are explored in length through the artist's short film Lemonade. The topics are depression and single mothers, self-esteem issues, which bring about the daddy epidemic, infidelity, and workplace drama, and social issues like losing a child and fighting for a cause. These are all issues that are tested, or black women are tested on a daily basis, and the album Lemonade speaks to them, and she does it in a very, very eloquent way. So, good job, Beyonce. Black women as single mothers is the first one we're going to talk about. There's a lot more of us than everyone else. 55% of black children are currently growing up in a home with a single mother, and African American two-parent families only account for less than 11% of the United States. Actually, and that broke down to like I think 8 or 9 states out of 50 states. So that's amazing. Only 8 or 9 states actually have a majority of African American families with two-parent homes. And this creates a myriad of emotions. The first emotion is initially anger, and we there's a song on Beyonce's album called "Sorry" where she speaks to raising her child by herself, and she is very angry, but she is also asserting that if she does have to raise her child alone, that they're going to be okay, which is sadly something that many black women are faced with every day in society, resigning themselves to the fact that for whatever reason they're having to raise their children alone. But anger is one of the easiest emotions to process. Sadness, not so much, and that's what usually ends up happening. Is once the anger turns into sadness because you are having to raise your child alone, and because of that, there are a lot of mental health issues that often go unchecked. In the African American community, there is already such a huge stigma against mental health in the black community. One thing that I realized in my research was just how little is known about depression within single mothers. There was a survey that was done where the single mothers rightfully said so at the beginning of their pregnancy was fine with it, but towards the end and then once the child was born, they did go back and talk with these women, and these women did say that they suffered a lot of mental health issues from depression, thoughts of suicide, things of that nature. So I would like to see a little bit more research done on suicide and single parenting, or depression and single parenting. Other issues in black women that we see in that Lemonade presents are self-esteem issues. And one of the more prominent ones in the album are daddy issues. And Beyonce actually has a line in the album where she says, "You remind me of my father, a magician, being able to be in two places at once," which is her way and of saying that she herself has a bit of dad issues as a result of her father not being there for her like he needed to be in some respects. And it is a microcosm for what we see in society with black women. A byproduct of the single mother epidemic, black women women are raising their daughters to resent their absent fathers, and they're doing it unintentionally. How are they doing this? They're doing it by teaching their daughters that self-preservation is more important and not marriage. The reason they're doing this is because their mates weren't there. They're preparing their daughters for the same thing, and it sheds light on the marriage rates of Black women versus their counterparts. I will stop and say here that I was a single parent for a long time, and I actually did the same thing without even realizing it. I am teaching and drilling into my daughter the importance of getting a college education and getting a career, not necessarily to get a career and get married because of maybe some of the issues that I had with her father. Some other self-esteem issues in Black women, infidelities and its effects. The misappropriation and the disrespect of a Black woman comes into play here. Beyonce has a song on her album where you see her down there in that picture, He Better Call Becky with the Good Hair, where she's speaking to the assumed notion that her husband was unfaithful with her of a woman to a woman of another ethnic group. And when I say misappropriation and disrespect of the Black woman, is that qualities that are desired in other races are often frowned upon in Black women. For example, we are known, the Black women are supposedly known for being loud and aggressive, and it is not, we're being ghetto, we're being called, we don't have manners, but whenever you see that quality in another ethnic group, it's called assertive. Another example is Black women historically are known for being voluptuous, having shapely figures, and now we're seeing in social media that there are women of other ethnic groups that are being celebrated for having surgery and augmentations, and in Black women, it's seen as distasteful. When we wear tight clothing and we show off our body parts, we're being distasteful. We're being slutty, but other women are having full TV shows off of it, but that's a whole nother conversation. Um, and this speaks to why Black men are twice as likely to marry someone outside of their race. That creates the ultimate self-esteem issue because we wonder why we're not good enough there. And it seems as though Black girl magic is not magic if it belongs to a Black girl. Also create some workplace drama because once again there's some more misappropriation here. We are scientifically, and there's been a lot of research saying that the Black woman is the least favorite individual to work for as a boss because of those same issues. We are supposedly loud and we're arrogant and our emotions are all over the place. But in other cultures and other ethnic groups, it's seen as being appropriate and being assertive and climbing the corporate ladder. Not so much with the Black woman. And these things, once you hear these things and see these things on a daily basis, it does create competition among Black women, and we do tend to bully each other because we kind of develop a self-loathing of ourselves. And and this is a byproduct of less emotional support, and we have a lot of unhealthy adult relationships. The picture that you see here is Beyonce in one of her songs called Hold Up, where she says she can't love you like I love you. And that speaks to the self-esteem issues that have been created by a media on the home front and the social front. There's a lot of social issues as well that Black women face every day. Malcolm X had a wonderful quote that said, "The most disrespected, unprotected, and neglected person in America is the Black woman." And that is also quoted in Beyonce's Lemonade. And what he means by that is that on every front, Black women are being attacked. First, we're being stripped of our support systems. Our men are being incarcerated at a huge disparity rate in connection to their counterparts. And now our children are being taken away from us as well through police brutality, like the Trayvon Martins, the Tamir Rices, and the Michael Browns. Even when we fight back, we face lots of incarceration. We face physical violence, and there's some research to that with the Selma marches, or worse, we're killed ourselves, as we see with the young lady, Miss Sandra Bland in Texas, who was taken into police custody and died within police custody, and no one still knows what exactly happened to her. So while we focus a lot on seems the Black men that are getting killed, the Black men that are getting incarcerated, no one really seems to focus on the Black woman and what these things do to her and how we are affected by these social issues. In conclusion, why lemonade is so important and how is it relevant? Because it does shine a light on social issues with black women, and it does it on the most popular platform, and that's through music. And I really appreciate Beyonce's visual artistry and how she chose to interweave those issues into her art and make it more consumable. People are listening to it and people are talking about it, and that's a great, great thing. And once again, why it's so important is that it does show that as Black women, we are able to persevere in spite or despite a lot of the things that we face, from being a single parent, from being lied to, from infidelity, to not being able to climb the corporate ladder, to possibly being the mother of a child who was killed at the hands of someone else, or being killed ourselves. We as Black women continue to be strong. We continue to be sweet, like sweet tea. Thank you, and I'm looking forward to your comments. And I wanted to leave you with a picture of my African queens here. These are all of my nieces, and in the middle there is my daughter. Just because I was so inspired once again by Lemonade and the message that it portrayed, and these women are very important to me, and I hope they realize how important they are and their mark upon the world. And surely they will have some issues that they will deal with as they get older. But if anything, writing this paper, shine a light on the fact that we have to continue to support our young Black women and to encourage them in all endeavors of their life. Have a great evening. Once again, look forward to your comments. Bye bye.